Hello, wonderful, amazing video game type people, and welcome back to Sunless Sea. All right, we're gonna go ahead and fall in line with the others. Among your own, you go as though you were truly one of them. You carry nothing with you but your mask and your costume. May your heart be as light as a feather, says the woman in the lotus blossom mask as you fall into line behind her. Well, here's hoping. Inside the hollow of the ear. The road you follow leads up through switchbacks along the side of the face, and finally to the ear of the flourishing of years, and into the cave that is her ear. The tunnel bends back on itself, and all lights have now been extinguished. There is nothing to guide you but the hand of the person behind you on your back, and the movement of the person in front of you. The one who walks beside you wears a bat mask. Ooh, that's scary. Fortunately, the floor of the tunnel is very smooth and presents no stumbling blocks. Sound carries strangely in this place, however. Sometimes you cannot hear your own footsteps, and sometimes a breath comes back to you audibly from someplace ahead in line. Shall we try to run? Oh, there is a secret in the dark. You do not really know what this festival is or what it means. Try to run. No escape route. You try to stop and turn, but there are hands on your shoulders and steady feet behind you. The passage is narrower, and the stone walls are closer than you had thought they were. You cannot go out. There are too many people in too little space, and if anyone were to roll a boulder into the ear of flourishing of years, then you would be trapped here, and there would be no recourse. Steady on, says Batmask behind you. His accent is the accent of Wolfstack docks. A moment later, there's a pungent ammonia smell, as though he's cracked open smelling salts for you, though in this pure black, you can't see a thing for sure. Ah. Well, thank you. You've gained 2 times Visage Ritual Participant, empty-handed and nervous. Good. At last the tunnel opens out. You and all the other congregants spread out into a cavernous space. A voice speaks in the darkness, a ritual preparation. Here at the new year we gather under the one mask of flourishing of years. Her face is turned to the gods. Protected by her mask, we may remove our own. Protected by her script, we may speak outside our parts. Here and there is the sound of people fumbling with ties and strings. Your own face feels different with the mask off. Wow, we've gotten really used to the mask, eh? Fight the urge to panic. The room may have gotten bigger, but you are still trapped like a bug in a bottle. Receive the confidence of a stranger as holy. Those who come as spectators may remain as participants. Let us receive the confidence of a stranger as holy. I don't know, that sounds nice. That sounds so nice. Fight the urge to panic. Let's fight the urge to panic. Grace. The trouble is, once you've realized that you're trapped, it's hard to unrealize it again. Someone squeezes your wrist, grounds you. The panic goes out again in a rush. The hour of confidence is drawing to its end. If there is anything else you need to do, now is the time. Do nothing. Let the ceremony end according to the proper rites. Last bell. At the end of the hour, there comes a woman with a feather of shimmering silver, which she tucks into your hand, symbol of the innocent heart that will not be eaten by the jackal. Wow, a feather of shimmering silver. Then a bell rings and the time of speech is over. You all begin to put your masks back on. It is possible, you cannot know for sure, that in this cover someone has exchanged a mask with someone else. It is an orderly and perfect line that emerges again from the ear of flourishing of years. If anyone watches from above, they must surely be satisfied. You all begin to put your masks back on. It is possible, you cannot know for sure, that in this cover someone has exchanged a mask with someone else. What does that mean? I'm so fascinated. We've gained a secret and a captivating treasure, which is amazing. You'll look away eventually. If you've made an ironclad will, you can convert these into heirlooms for your successor. Yay! We finally get to end our role. When the other citizens are distracted, you find your way to the familiar customs house and rid yourself of mask and robe. There is satisfaction in laying aside a role well performed. Oh. Yay, we can finally leave the island. I wonder how long we were here for. Nope. We're so out of Visage. That was terrifying. Well, such is life. Wherever are we going? suppose we want Guider's Mourn, which should be somewhere up in this area. And the Salt Lions. Reef of Roses is a long way to the east. Do we want to go to the Reef of Roses? Possibly not. I certainly question the wisdom of going east at all. So maybe we shall just continue this way. Yeah, there's still plenty for us to find and discover and whatnot. Yeah, no, that sucks. I should have liked it, but I, alas, do not. Let's go ahead and... Whoa! Nuncio. Oh boy. Oh boy. Northeast, eh? Right there. Okay, I guess we're going to Nuncio. It's strange that we really need to get that area all explored. Well, I suppose we're almost at Nuncio, so let's go up to Nuncio and then head west. There you go. Discovered Nuncio. McMaster's Haven. Well, this looks nice. What's that over there? A rat barge. Oh, look at how nice this is. Look at that, eh? Do not return, sender. Harbor provisions, not awful. Let's take a look. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks, and the uniforms of postmen. Oh, in the uniforms of postmen. An enormous crowned statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with rat's eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. Go to the postman's tavern. Explore along the beach. Assemble a port report. Learned in postal secrets, no more than 7. Friendship with Nuncio, no more than 0. You may not be very familiar with the locals yet, but you can provide a preliminary overview. Well, why don't we actually get to know the locals a bit? Go to the postman's tavern. Explore along the beach. Every lap of the wave drags up some new letter or parcel. The face of the water is dotted with them, as far as you can see in the blackness, carried by a powerful current. Rescue a squashy parcel. Accepting no further, says a red scrawl across the wrapping. Sure. And little wonder, the string of rats within may once have been fresh and to certain taste delectable. It is now rather the worse for decay. Giving the parcel's contents a hasty burial is the best you can hope for. Just before you dispose of it, though, note the recipient's name and address. A name of some power, worth remembering. Oh, I see. Assist the man holding the broom. That's nice. Surprisingly soothing. In the long term, what you are doing won't make the slightest bit of difference. Every sodden bit of paper you fling out to sea will come back in a few hours. But for now, you manage to clear a little patch of shore, a few feet on each side. The stones are bare, as they should be. Your companion turns his head towards the sound of your work and gives you a little nod. Yay! Friendship with postman. Study the odd currents here. Nope. Go back to the docks, though. Let's go to the postman's tavern. Alright. Ask how they all occupy themselves all day. Ask why letters wash ashore here. That's a good question. You've gained... Okay, we're getting newcomer, familiar with the pull. It's the pull, they tell you. The pull. Dead letters are like so many iron filings drawn to Nuncio. See for yourself, suggests the hairless post woman. Go down to the shore, collect up a bunch of what's washed there, and you'll feel it soon enough. Saves time for the rest of us, says another voice. Apparently beach scavenging is a civic duty hereabouts, like working in the dead letter office. Oh, cool. Okay. Listen in on postal tall tales? No. Ask why the local currency consists of rats? Ask why the hairless postwoman is hairless? Ask about the big statue in the center of the island. Well, that's a reasonable question. Oh, that. It's all of us, isn't it? Sort of the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more of an explanation than that, though the hairless postwoman tells you it didn't always look like a fallen London postman at all, that it used to have a different face and a more old-fashioned outfit. Well, isn't that interesting? Why is the local currency rats? The hairless postwoman at the end of the bar smiles mirthlessly. Or maybe it's just a lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough carrying those things around, you get into the habit, she says. Then she tells you that if you stay out late enough, you'll see some of the postmen making a procession to the center of the island, stringing up rats around the statue like Yuletide decorations in prayer to an ancient deity of this place. From the coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you'd guess this is a story they often tell to newcomers. Ask to borrow a uniform? No. Ask why the postman came here. Their stories have different beginnings: boredom, frustration, a fellow who was overwhelmed by guilt after a missed delivery. But they always end the same way: undeliverable letters and parcels accumulating over months and years. Attempts to ignore the undeliverable, to shove it into a desk or carry it in the bottom of a bag, an increasing preoccupation with these items. Finally, a decision, to meet the compulsion, to go to Nuncio and be rid, at last, of the remnants. The postmen do not bring the dead letters to Nuncio. The letters bring the postman. Fascinating. These are all letters that were never delivered. Huh. That's really cool. Back to the docks. We don't need to borrow anything. Try a shift at the dead letters office. No. Collect material for the dead letters office. Okay, let's try it. You have one dead post. Will of its own. You make your way through the shore with a big sack. Many of the envelopes are too damp to read. Their address is permanently lost, but a surprising number are still legible. There are also parcels. Here and there is a crate, a message in a wine bottle, a sealed cask that is bobbed up out of a shipwreck. Your sack ought to get heavy with all those contents, but it pulls upwards and away, straining inland towards the dead letter office like an unmanageable dog. Okay. Well, we've got one letter. Let's go to the dead letter. Let's go to the dead letter office. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office, a small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business, a much larger set of back offices where newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted, a dank, briny smell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spent time in the water before they arrived here. In the back room is a machine manned, ratted by a postal rat, a Ratus Faber in a pinstriped hat. It shovels sludge-damp letters into the machine's hopper, and they come out dried, cleaned, pressed, and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. Well, that's kind of cool. Well, let's feed the undeliverable letters into the sorting machine. Beep. After prolonged whirring, the machine begins to distribute 7 invitations edged in gilt into the correspondence of the aristocracy slot. 2 oversized parcels probably contain books into the books tray. 1 stamped bronze tablet that drops with a clang into a bin marked First City. Huh. Cool. Why don't we converse with the postal rat? And then end the shift. Do you like having sticky hands? Asks the postal rat. Most people, they have sticky hands. They can't wait to clean them, yes? For a postman, an undeliverable parcel is a sticky hand. Bothers you till it's fixed. The longer you serve in the post office, the worse it feels. Delivering a letter correctly is good, so not delivering it is bad. The unclean feeling gets too strong, and they come here. I see. No. Let's end the shift. Go to the Postman's Tavern. Trade war stories about your shift work. Haha, trusted in Nuncio. The parcels you've weighed and entered in logbooks, the things that oozed out of them, the postmen are delighted by your incredulity and shock. A civilian finally understanding the full horrors of the post. They have stories even worse than those, let me tell you. Hang on a moment. Postmaster Scritch, we've all heard your rubbery lump story already. It's nothing to the tomb colony pickles. Pickled what is what I want to know. What about the soothing copper crate and how we had to scrape the bits off the masonry? Do you remember? The night runs late. Yay, they trust us now. So that's nice. We're going to go back to the docks. And most inhabitants were Londoners once, but that doesn't mean they are now. Learned in postal secrets. Well, we're not learned in postal secrets, but I think that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and just assemble a port report. Uniform behavior. Cataloging all the peculiarities of the place takes many pages. The tailor who imports gilt buttons and braid just to be able to keep everyone's uniform in condition. The fashion of wearing a post bag with nothing inside. Wearing it open, wearing it upside down, torn apart, or as a hat. Wearing it in any way that will show it doesn't have letters in it. Then there are the sitting rooms papered in cancelled stamps, the bergamot pomegranate curd on toast, the commerce in rat corpses, the hatred of cats, the absolute custom against ever issuing a paper invitation for any event, no matter how formal. It's the familiarity, the not quite Londonness of the place, that makes it all so odd. Well, fancy that. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and head back to Fallen London, shall we? Shall. Nuncio. I imagine returning to Fallen London will bring with it great rewards. No, nothing. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we'll just go this way. Keep sending out the old Z-Bat. We've done pretty well for Terror, and I'd like to keep it that way. Even though I obviously don't want to run out of fuel too quickly. Alright, it's going to hit us anyways. No, I thought it would. Is that actually just it? We're not gonna... No Guiders Mourn for us? That sucks. I was really hoping for Guiders Mourn. Is there another one here? Goodness gracious. Pigmote Island is some distance to the southwest. Well, we've already done Pigmote Island. Surely it can't hurt. I think that's it. So we might as well. Yes, I suppose we shall. We shall. They'll give us some supplies and maybe some fuel depending on how things go. And I'm okay with the radices. The radices? The rats. So I'm gonna go in here and take care of this nice and quick. There we go. Dock. Can we, before we continue, I would love to speak to her and use several of our secrets to increase our veils. So that's our personal veils. And what's nice is as that gets higher, right? Once we get that to 70, say, if we die and we choose veils, we'll have 35 instead of 25, which is already a pretty nice one up. Oh, what a coincidence. I was about to suggest the same thing. She has no interest in tediously sincere lovers. Ensure your veils is at least 20 points higher than your hearts. Wait, so I can hook up with her? Even though I have a sweetheart back home? Ooh, what would that mean? I wonder what that would mean. Well, we'll hold off on it for a while. Let's deal with this. See what awaits you. We have war, we have the Pigmote Island tale, and I feel like we've only just done this recently. Let's go ahead and speak to the chief. I like the rats, I don't know why. We'll try to broker a peace. It will not work. I side with the chief engineer. Perhaps this... Could I choose the Senecal? The Senecal. Perhaps I will choose the Senecal just because the... I'm going to choose the Senecal because on the other side it was iron and pages, I think. And so what I'm hoping... Or something else. And what I'm hoping is that maybe on the Senecal side it's going to be veils. Ah, we already get supplies and fuel. That's nice. I bowed to the Senecal, who poured with pleasure, while the chief engineer gnashed his teeth, but kept his distance. "You have chosen wisely, Captain," said the Senecal. "Come, and I will explain our situation to you in greater detail." Oh my, a night out of habit. Well, isn't this exciting? The Senecal led me to the southern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. We passed through a number of raised mounds of earth, mixed with fortifying strips of mushroom flesh. Which I supposed to be makeshift walls. The settlement was dazzling. The side of the island appeared to be absolutely wreathed in scintillac. The Cavies' dwelling was awash with silver phosphorescence. It was a large colony. Most noticeable was the steam pinache, the impossible lamb that had run aground, from which cavies came and went, bearing supplies. To the right of the ship, farther down the beach, a large group of cavies lay on bundles of colorful cloth, whining and wailing as if in pain. To the left of the ship was a ramshackle tent of poles and linen, in front of which guinea pigs clashed against each other and sharpened their teeth. In the center of the village was a covered dais, veritably festooned with colorful cloth and guarded by well-decorated knights. I suspected this was where King Graysnaw kept counsel. "Be welcome, Captain, in the kingdom of Cavia, capital of our isle, and blessed by the light of Our Lady's eye." The Senecal spoke solemnly, but with a hint of sadness to her words. "Or so it was, and shall be again. I must speak with our king and prepare your arrival. My page will show you the area and bring you in sight of his splendor in good time." "Page!" A much smaller guinea pig, its fur braided with a slender strip of parable linen, scurried over and bowed. The Senecal took her leave. "Well, let's visit the barracks." "Oh, my. Woohoo! What chance could guinea pigs stand against the weaponized might of the Rattus Faber?" The Senecal led me to the southern side of the island, skirting the... yeah, here we go. Evening the odds. The page led me to the barracks, where the knights didn't deign to speak to one so undecorated as I. The page, however, was eager to answer my questions. "The rats have no weapons, none to speak of. What is a gun without a bullet? A sword without a blade? Ours are the supplies, the knives, the soft stuffs, and the glory. Their teeth are sharp, it is true, while ours..." The page hesitated as the knight glowered at him. "Are sharper. All praise to the flowers of the house of Cavi." One knight preened while another grunted indifference, working a whetstone along its top front teeth. As I watched, a particularly vigorous swipe knocked a hole incisor out of place. It landed on the ground in a black and bloody mess. The knight gasped, grasped the tooth, and vanished from sight. Another glared in a way that dared me to make something of it. Let's check out this boat. The page chittered while I inspected the vessel. "Rats! Never! The splendor of Cavi overtook this vessel. I was born here, the first native of Cavia, but all our elders remember the voyage. It was hard, they say, but we were harder. But the sea is black and unkind. We were lost in the dark for weeks, and no one speaks of those horrible times. But out of the darkness came the light of Our Lady's eye, guiding us here to our own isle. In time, we will ride the waves again, perhaps once we have recovered the eye. Is it not splendid?" It certainly may have been at one time, but I could see the hull had been severely damaged by the Scintillac reef. There was no way the cavies could hope to repair it themselves. Whatever the page said, they were stranded here. Let's check out the hospital. Bada boom! An elderly-looking cavie greeted me, eyeing me gravely. "Many of us sickened during the voyage, our rotting in our teeth, our weakness in the flesh. This isle was our salvation. The stronger among us made a pilgrimage towards the pool of Our Lady's light. And then, miracle of miracles, they were cured. They bathed in her, they drank her sweet waters, and the strong brought the weak to her in turn. Soon we were thriving again, bearing our children and raising them to love Our Lady's eye and see it in our deliverance." The elder looked sorrowfully at the sick under his care. "Since the rats stole her, the sickness has returned. All this light is but a mockery of hers, and we gain from it no benefit. The only thing," the elder's ears and voice flattened in a hiss, "that helps our condition is the flesh, the very hearts and livers of the rats who stole her from us." Well, that's a little bit hardcore. Okay, I've had enough. It was time for the audience with the king. Very good. The page led me, crouching at first and then on my knees, before King Graysnaw and the Senecal. The king was the largest guinea pig I had ever seen, easily twice the size of the largest knight in his retinue. The Senecal looked positively dainty next to him. "We are told," intoned the king, "that you have promised your assistance to the house of Cavi. This is agreeable to us, but what form shall your assistance take?" Ah, perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. We can just steal the eye back. Okay, good. Chancy challenge. Well, one should use shadows to catch a light. The rats would not even know we had been there, probably. Let's steal the eye with cunning. Ships in the night. Ooh, we gained 10 fuel. Holy crap. Vulnerable. Oof. That's crazy. That was that. I wish we would have gotten some supplies or something, but damn, 10 fuel is... Wow, we have a lot of fuel. I spent a few hours scouting the rat's shoreline, determined the best point of approach. There, a cove thick with chickenwood, too small and cramped for guards to fear the mooring of a boat. My crew rowed me towards the very knife's edge of shadow cast by the blazing eye, and I carefully swam the rest. From shore it was an easy enough matter to pick my way towards the settlement, and once I was within 20 feet of the eye, I sprinted. The rats shouted in alarm and scurried towards me, but my legs easily outpaced them. I smothered the eye in my wet clothing and bound with it towards the boat, wading in the shallows, while the rats around me fired wildly into the sudden dimness, wailing their loss to the sea. Their cavies rewarded me suitably on my return. Hey, we've did it. Do we want a cavie? Sure, why not? They were reputed to be excellent swimmers, adorable enough to boost morale, and if time should become lean, I thought maybe a guinea pig stew would buy the crew a day or two before they started eating each other. That's brutal. Speak on behalf of the rats, the wide dark Z beckoned. The rats were defeated. Cavia was triumphant. All that remained were the celebrations and the continuation of our voyage. Oh, how we feasted long into the night. Then I invited one of the cavies to join us. The guinea page. I will record your doings for the glory of Cavie, and I'd like to see more of the world. I waited for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before lifting anchor and setting off. A scholarly creature from a warlike nation of aristocratic guinea pigs whose progenitors stole a steamer to escape the locked hutches of a London essayist. Apparently. Well. Let's just say that the wide Z beckoned. A new nation has been founded. Your hunger quality is gone. You now have a port report for Pigmote Island. Perfect. Purchase Scintillac. The cavies nets glimmer. Oh, we can purchase Scintillac from them. Fancy that. Raise Pigmote Isle civilization for better prices. Visit the rat ghetto. Steal the lady's eye. Nope. Help Cavia resolve it. Yeah, no, we're good. We shall leave now and return to fallen London. Make swift, my dear friend. Fallen London awaits us. I say, fallen London awaits us. Send the Z-Bats. I would love to get Guiders Morn. Can we please? Pigmote Isle. We've already been to Pigmote Isle. Don't be a jerk. I don't want Pigmote Isle. I want Guiders Morn. Oh shoot. We got too much, didn't we? Too much fuel. We're not gonna be able to do the shoot. Okay, that's okay. We do have insane amounts of fuel. Come on. Guiders Morn, let's go. No. I demand to see Guiders Morn. There we go. Found it. Boom, baby. I'm so stoked. What's that? A pirate frigate. You know what? We could probably take it, but we're not going to. Because we have better things to do right now. I am so excited to get to Guiders Morn. There it is. Alright, we're going to get some money. We're going to get a bunch of echo for finally delivering our patron lady person. And I think we're going to get some strategic information, potentially. We've got pretty high vills, so we ought to be able to do these things. That's my hope. My hope, my dream. In we go. Ew. Alright. An evening at the Errant Limpet. Oh yeah, and we've got pretty high everything. Gather intelligence. Ooh. Let's drop off the shady sort. She inhales the air and smiles, perhaps for the first time. As I remember it, she remarks, less mud, more rum. Woohoo! Business concluded. At the winch head, a differential fellow in fustian waits. He bows to the shady sort. A pleasure, as ever. You, he barely favors with a glance. He presses a heavy purse into your hand. Small coins stained with salt water, but together they amount to a tidy sum. See, that was quite nice. We could do an evening here. 50 echoes quite a bit, though. We could explore the Morn. Pay the loitering docker for his strategic information. Admiralty sent you. Price has gone up. It's not safe here. Y'all pay the difference, won't you? Refuse to pay for the information. This is me living in me life. You're a rough cove. Come on, this is me living in me life. Oh. Gather intelligence. Oh, that's different. We have to do strategic information and then intelligence separately. Ah. Okay, well, I will pay him. That's fine. A grin. You're a generous soul. You'll have your reward the other side of the river one day. And here's a little reward for now. Good sailing to you. The report is barely legible. Perhaps that's part of the code. The Admiralty will know. Yay. We get a strategic information. We're going to gather some intelligence, you bet, with 94% chance. Yeah, baby. Alright. A streaming bathhouse on a spur of rock. Water slops over the blah blah blah. Scarred captains boast drunkenly on the prizes and the victims they have marked on. You listen from the shadows. Okay. Port report of Guider's Morn. I'd be interested in this. You have one terror. But that's just so much money. Let's just explore the Morn instead. There's a surprising quantity of actual landscape. Fight, flee. Yeah, fleeing is quite easy. That's funny. Fights on the Morn have a staccato quality. A careless lunge will send you plummeting to your doom. So wait and choose your moment carefully. Ah. You're good at that. No. The better part of valor is discretion. The better part of discretion is not falling off a high cliff into a rock-fanged sea. Yay. That's all for now. Damn it, we're up to 50 again. You plunge through a washing line, clattered down a flight of unsteady wooden stairs, cut across the fish market, and duck through a colonnade of faceless statues. Your pursuers are gaining on you until the statues, and then they drop back. Disconcerting, but they're gone. Alright, we did it. Hey. Another afternoon. We'll be told to leave, I'm sure. Let's just leave, I guess. Fuel, supplies, way too expensive. Friendly face. We can smuggle things here. Not for the best prices, but not awful. Firkin of red honey for, what is that, 25 for every firkin? Unstamped crates. Not sure where one would get those. But there you go. Soulless fruit. Quite nice, quite nice. Alright. Let's call it a day. And by call it a day, I mean let's get our butt over to either the Salt Lions. Oh, let's do Gazetteer. Hold. 24. Ah, we don't have enough. You're killing me. You're killing me, absolutely. Will we lose 4 fuel by the time we get there? No, of course not. Absolutely, of course not. Can we? Sure. Let's try it. Let's try it. Maybe we lose 4 by the time we get to there. We lose 2 supplies and 2 fuel. Maybe. Maybe we can sell 1. Because I want to get to the Salt Lines and then straight back to Fallen London. I'm so down with that. Still, that was alright. We've got the strategic information. We've got the port reports. So we're going to be making some mad cash. It's quiet. Too quiet. There we go. I suppose we've lost 2 units of supplies. Oh. Pirate frigate. We could do it, but I refuse. I refuse. Careful. Careful. It will be worth it. You know what? Dropping 2 fuel off here. Hopefully we have that chance. It will absolutely be worth it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we have the money for it too. Oh, no. Well, if that's the case, then we have only one real option here, and that's just to waste the rest of our cargo until we get down to that. So I suppose we'll just keep going. We're about to, so that's not so bad. That's going to take us down to 21, and once that goes up there, that'll take us down to 20. I shall probably return. Hey, we've discovered Wilbert's Abyss. Lovely, lovely thing, that. Now, the nice thing is we can actually just hang out in port, and the hunger will still rise. Come on, give me the 48. Come on, baby. And now we just have to hang out here for a little bit. So we'll just wait. There we go. Oop. That should do it. Okay. So here's the deal. Carry Sphinx Stone to London and 20 units of spare cargo space, which we have. So we're going to go ahead and compile a port report. And I wouldn't mind doing this. But let's visit the Unmakers, actually. You've lost 5 terror. That is so perfect. And now we're going to carry Sphinx Stone. Woohoo! 20 Sphinx Stone. We've lost a lot of money. If the stones weep, ignore them. Unless they flood your hold, of course. Then you should probably drop them overboard. Don't tell anyone I said that. So here's hoping that they don't weep. That would suck. We will die if they weep and we'll lose a lot of money. So it is a little bit of a risk. But hopefully they don't weep. So now all we can do is, yeah, straight into Fallen London. And hopefully we get there with less than 50 terror. I don't know if we can do that, but we'll certainly try. The terror of the Z is less here. Does that mean it's actually going down right now? It looks like our terror is actually going down. So that's lovely. And it looks like we've made it. The terror of the Z is less here. As long as it says the terror of the Z is less here, we're good. Good, there we go. This is going to be so rewarding. So rewarding. In we go. 48, good. And we've made it to London. Fallen London. Has it actually gone down? There we go. Hey! Collect messages from the Harbor Master. You now have a free evening. The Rose Market. That's all for now. Something has changed underneath. Somebody wants to sign on. Woohoo! Oh, and the Merchant Venturer. Fascinating. We've got a bunch of things going on now. Let's actually do the... Let's just drop off the stone. That's what I want to do. You go to hold and you're like, oh man, there's 20 Sphinx Stone. The Unmakers have smashed these sad and rubbly remnants of the flanks of a salt lion. A contact in London will purchase them. Alright. Let's go to London, I guess. Tattoo parlor. You're a real Zaylor now, after all. That's really cool. Deliver the Sphinx Stone. Special constables, black uniforms, distinctive caps. The badge of the Ministry of Public Decency. Wait, with a cart. There you go. 500 echo. And we've lost 2 terror. Sign. Here's a receipt. Here's a discretion contract. Here's a penalty contract. Your vision is blurred by the end of it all. The cart rumbles off into the coiling fog. Here is your reward. Alright, we've made money. Look at that. We've made money. We've got a lot of other money. I'm actually going to cut this episode here for now. And when we return next time, we're going to deal with everything in London. And we've got a lot of money. If you just... oh, a matter of luck. A sure thing. Or is it? Your luck quality gives you a 100% chance of success. That's really cool. Nice. Yeah, so what's fascinating is that in our hold we have many really nice things, including this, which is apparently worth 1,000. So we're going to be able to either buy a new boat or buy the estate. And I think I'm going to buy the estate and hopefully an ironclad will, and we'll see how that goes. And we've got lots of port reports that we have to put in, and an intriguing snippet even. Oh, goodness gracious. So exciting. Okay, thanks so much for watching, folks, and I will see you next time on Sunless Sea. Bye!